suppose you were the game, so you can go for it.
Paul, with a few days removed from that Vegas draw,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts?
Oh, we should have won that game. We had enough chance to win that game, and it's just it was. They didn't come to play. They were just happy with a draw. We should have killed that game. We should have been better. But you know, aftermath is hindsight. You see the chances that you made, but again, you know, it's been a little bit of a story of our season so far. But no, there's only one way to respond, is to go to Sacramento and win the game. There's nothing else to think of, and play your best, and you know, go for the 3 points.
What did you see? What have you seen from Danny in the last few weeks since he joined the squad, and especially against Vegas last weekend? It really felt like he was fully integrated, and it really felt like he had control.
Danny, first of all, is a great character as a person, but also as a footballer, very intelligent, understands who he is playing with, and the movements that he needs to make, maybe to free up his winger, the movement he needs to make to free up his midfielder. You can see that him and Hope have struck a good understanding and ways of play. He's a very intelligent player, so I'm very happy with him. And you can see that that when he went out, we also lost a little bit on the left side with him there. So, but so far so good. You know, his injury is progressing well, so I'm looking forward to. He trained today, so he's going to be back for Saturday.
So you speak a lot about looking ahead to the next game and not really dwelling on what's happened in the past, but you know, already this season you got a draw away to Tulsa when they were up at the top of the table. You got the win against New Mexico when they were playing quite well. Do you ever kind of look back at those games when you're coming up against someone who's at the top of the table and say, look, you can do it against these guys?
No, to be fair, not. But you're right that, you know, it's not dwelling, but, you know, because of, you know, games are coming up, but you tend to focus on, all right, what can we now better that we didn't do against Vegas? And if you look at Vegas, the first 30 minutes, Hope's chances, you know, Remy in there, you score this, maybe it's a different game. And you look, even against El Paso, you like, okay, did we make maybe the substitution 1 minute too late before they get their 3-1 goal? What would that happen? And if you look at the game, even with 10 men, they just didn't create anything. But yeah, football is bizarre, and things happen where you look at yourself and say what it is. But yes, we've played very well and done very well against people that are top of the table. But even then, you look at Tulsa game, you go like, we should have still won that game. You know, unfortunate with the way we concede, but which has been a little bit of a story so far this season. But you know, for us is to continue doing what we know we can do best, which is always respond and always play up to our best, whether it's home or away. You know, bless you. So we can't. You can't put too much thoughts into the past, but you will definitely look at the game we played against them at home, where we came from a Wednesday game, 120 minutes plus a extra time and penalties, and then we still 2-0 down, able to come back. I think there's a lot of positive to look into that game, but also we're further now as a team. They are also further as a team, so I'm very much looking forward to the game on Saturday.
Obviously back then when you played them last year, they were 10th or 11th at that point. Now they're up at second.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only team that are going to challenge Tulsa for the top spot at the end of the year. How do you think they've come on over that period of time?
Well, I think they progress well, just like also how we progress, in a sense, not in a similar manner. Maybe they've picked up points where we've dropped points, which is always not the bad thing, but you know, that is something that we have to definitely get better at. But when you also look at how we perform at away, I think it's very much fair to say that away has been good to us and home not, you know. So, but still with the same mindset as we have the same mindset whether it's home or away. You know, we have to play the way we know we can play, and have the belief and trust in ourselves to go out there, you know, and try to get the 3 points. So we're not going to go there just to try for a tie or anything. We got to go for the win.
Coach, you've had a few days to reflect now on last Friday's match. What stood out to you defensively, or has anything stood out to you defensively from that performance, and what can you take and build on?
Again, you know, it was great. We kept the clean sheet. Like I said, that was a positive thing that has not been friendly to us this year so far. But again, we kept clean sheet. It was good to see Rafa play. Obviously, give us 80 minutes. You know, so that's a positive sign from him. So, I'm looking forward to see also Colin back. I'm looking forward to see Essenga back, Carl back. So you get pieces that you can play around with. So that is wonderful. And his experience, Rafa's experience, was very important to us in first half and in second half as well. So when I look at the game back, we just been a little bit of our season, that killer mindset.
Coach, it's obviously very hard to win on the road in this league, and Sacramento's been second in attendance this season. Is that something you guys think of? Is that something you prepare for? Or is that something that you just kind of are able to tune out?
Nah, that's a beautiful challenge. Listen, you always want to play the best teams, and in this league, you've seen, especially this year, when you look at the West, like how everything, if you take away Tulsa, who 14, 15 games unbeaten, has done very well, fantastic to them. That's a great achievement. But if you look at all the rest of us in there, anybody can beat anybody. That's not, you cannot sit here and say, this team is better than this team by miles. It's like anybody can beat anybody in our Western Conference. So what we have to focus on again is ourselves, how we prepare, and how we go into the games.
How's the team looking injury-wise at the moment?
Yeah, injury-wise, we're getting better and better. We're getting people back, which as always is needed, So, but for me, one of the biggest things that I'm very proud of is the next man up mentality that this group have adopted from the get-go, and we've seen a lot of people that have come in, got their opportunity. You look at our captain Pap, who has been injured, maybe been out. Last game was great, in defense. Rafa New in defense did well. Rizzo has taken his opportunity while Colin has been out. So for that, I'm very proud of the boys because it hasn't been easy on them, but they show up every day and they work their socks off, and they're always with a smile on their face, which is always great to see, So, and I know that we're gonna keep pushing because they want to do something special this year, and we're gonna do it.
Obviously, a lot of forced changes in that last game, but
Yeah.
When you're making decisions, you've got multiple players that are fit to play in different positions. How much do you balance recent form, training ground performances, and just what the opponent you're expecting?
Oh no, but you look at everything again. Like I say, I have two values that I say to the players. What determines you playing is the how you train, right, and the tactics that we're going to use maybe against certain teams. So it's that's it, because nobody earns a starting spot, right? You're renting a starting spot, right, and you have to pay your rent every single day. With me, it's not that you score 3 goals and then that's why you should deserve. No, if you come into the week and not training well, I mean that shows me that you don't deserve to start. But I always look at to put in the best 11 that's going to win for Phoenix Rising, not the best 11 that's going to win for Palmo Ducal or the 18, because that's what it is. Squad and depth will win you things. It's never the people and the 11 that is only starting.
So Rizzo's playing a lot of right back as of late. What do you think how he's doing in that position? And also, was that say about his character that he's winning and trying like a different position compared to?
Nah, absolutely. Listen, first of all, he's a good footballer. When you are a good footballer, you will find ways. And obviously, that was a new challenge for him. Obviously, never played it, and it says a lot about his character, knowing that this is my opportunity. We know he's a midfielder, but we know that he can do that job at the right back, and he's doing it fantastically. So for us, it's continue to encourage him, give him little tips that he can use, and you see that he's applying it in the session, and that is always great. But he has a mind as a midfielder, which is great to play in that position, because on the ball he will get you stuff. He already have 2 goals with his late runs and his timing, and his playing. That gives us an extra weapon there. And I'm really proud of him because from where he started, waiting for his opportunity, got his opportunity, and ran with it has been fantastic. So that is great.
And what would you say is like your coaching philosophy when it comes to coaching like youngsters like Rizzo, with these like 18 to 17 caddy kids?
They're sponges. When you're a sponge, it reminds me like myself. I've been given an opportunity, which is the greatest thing that you can give a football player. It's like an opportunity just for them to showcase what their capabilities are. It's not about the age, because we've seen him for 6-7 months. So for us was no doubt that when we needed to put him in, that he was going to perform. But he needed that opportunity. He was smelling that opportunity. You know, he wanted that opportunity. And when you give him the opportunity, then you allow the game to teach him, because then there will be moments where, you know, you've explained stuff to him, but he needs to experience it in the game, and which is sometimes the best. Opportunity and experience are two things that none of us are born with, but we can be given that. And when you're given that, now it's up to you to do something with it. And that's why you're seeing that he's performing, because he's gotten his opportunity, he's getting his experience, and he's getting better and better. And for me, there's nothing better than giving youth the opportunity, because they are the future, regardless of how people look at it. You always got to look into the future. And this year, when you have how many have we had? 4 or 5 academy players that but played valuable minutes, huh? Not only significant minutes that is very important, right? One of them already in college, Braxton, Rizzo is playing, Jamo has played, captained this team, so I mean, we're proud of that.
Any update on Jean and when you're expecting him to move up the squad?
Here we go. Oh, here is Owen. No, Jean is doing well, he got his visa, so good news is to hopefully tomorrow morning he will land here. We're very much looking forward to have him, you know, so he can definitely help us for the remainder of the season.
Once he gets here, are you expecting him to be match fit from the off, or is it going to be a slightly longer process?
Yeah, I don't know, because he has actually trained and with his team, but you never know, because again, like I say, you have to be mindful and careful and not integrating them too early, and then maybe injuries happen, which I've learned. But it's just, you know, getting him up to the speed. And again, 9 months we are playing, so we are a little bit ahead of him. So hopefully that he will be ready to kick on slowly and slowly.
Well, then you spoke about it when you came in. What did you think of the Norway game yesterday?
Well, I mean, I'm very happy for my country, because it seems like we made the World Cup in '94. So 32 years later, it seems like we're gonna make it again. But I mean, 11-1. That's a little bit too much, you know. It's. I mean, that's what you get when you expand the new FIFA, which is a great thing to give opportunities to countries that may never have this opportunity to able to play, even countries like Norway or Portugal, or you know. So for me, it's you know, you can look at the game and say, wow, you know, it's 11-1. It's like kids versus men.
You're jealous until you didn't get to play with some of those players on that squad? Or?
Who, in Norway? No. Listen, I had my time. For me, listen. For me, I had my time, and sometimes the boys ask me if I miss playing. I actually don't miss playing. I miss the locker room, the banter. But playing the game of football, nah. I get to have an ending which I'm very happy with, which I've always dreamed about, which was walking on the field with my daughter. I get to have that, she have that memory, and for me to see how the new generation, if we can help progress the new generation, that is more important to me than wishing. Listen, I play with some players that were on our time some of the best, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, so that is enough for me. I'm happy.